Hello everyone. Today we'll create a HTTPS load balancer for our two web servers. Here, Web 1 and Web 2 servers. In that, our website is running, and this is a Palo Alto firewall device. And there are two type of load balancers, basically on is a internal or external. But in both, uh, we can create the load balancer for HTTP or HTTPS, for TCP, for UDP. So basically, there are three type of load balancers which we can create for internal or external. So internal load balancer, which are directly facing the directly getting the traffic from internet and diverting that traffic to the web servers or any application servers. That are external load balancer, and internal load balancer are getting the traffic from the internal traffic, like from the firewall or any or F5 device or any firewall security device, and diverting the traffic to the application servers. So how we will create the load balancer? First, we need to create the two web servers, or if we want to create for multiple servers, we can create the multiple servers. So the requirement is application server, and after that we need to create the instance group. Third, we need to create a health check service, and after that, if we are in case we are going to create the HTTPS load balancer, in that case we required the certificate which is in PAM format, PEM, and there are three certificates required: the root certificate, change certificate, and one more local certificate is required. The three type of certificates required which are provided by the application team. So we are going to create the server first. First step, we need to create the application server. So suppose it's a web HTTPS1. I'm creating this in North Virginia, East US 4 is a okay. Also, boot disk is showing Debian, but here I am going to create a Windows server. So always remember, if you are using a free account, it will never give you the option to create the Windows server. So Windows server is only for paid services. So this is my paid service. So, but I'm choosing here like Linux or CentOS. CentOS is fine. Okay, select CentOS 7. Mm, just choosing the default firewall. I'm not creating any firewall rule here, and I don't think that I have created the VPC and all things. So networking is okay, is inside the prod VPC, prod subnet 1. External IP none. And with this default things, I'm creating a server here. It's our first server, and with the same thing, I'm creating second server. It's a web HTTPS2. In same reason, North Virginia, and can create it in zone V. Is also sent OS. We need to choose here. It's sent OS. Select. Also, we can, for the testing purpose, we can go with the Debian, which is a default one. And in the networking section, I'm just checking is the network 1, subnet 1, and external IP none, and create. So here I have created the two web servers. Now you need to create a instance group. So create instance group. I will create the instance group, two different instance group. So first one, instance group 1, okay, unmanaged instance group, and checking the location North Virginia A, Cloud VPC subnet 1, okay, add an instance is a web HTTP 1, create, okay. So now we are going to create the instance group 2. So it's a, and we'll add the second server over here is instance group 2, and North Virginia is in B, and it's a unmanaged instance group. So VM instance subnet plots PPC1 is the A, is the B. Oh, it's not showing here. Just oh, so now add the second one and create a second instance group. So once the instance group is created, we'll go for the health check. Health checks here. So create an health check for HTTPS. The HTTPS hyphen HC01. Okay, global or regional. We'll create a regional over here and select the North Virginia. The location is the TCP health check, and no need to check anything. We don't want the create the logs. Is a log if anything any traffic is moving towards the health check is tracking the things, and you can check the logs and find the details how the traffic is moving from via the health check. So if you want, you can make it on or off. I'm putting this on here. And as the default things is created a health check over here. Now we'll go to create the load balancer. Load balancer, and you can see there are three type of load balancer. Is the HTTPS is a layer 7 load balancer for HTTP or HTTPS application. So we can create the HTTPS load balancing or the HTTP. So in case we are going to create the HTTPS load balancer, we require the three basic certificates which is provided by the application team, as well as uh, uh, in case we are going without any certificate, then we can create the HTTP load balancer. So today we'll cover the HTTPS load balancer. So start configuration. Here from internet to my VM, it means the traffic is coming from the internet to your load balancer, and from here it's getting divert to your application server. If you are creating the load balancer for this situation, is the traffic is coming to the load balancer from the internet and then moving to the servers. It means it's the external load balancer. And in case if the traffic is coming from the firewall device and then is moving to your application server, this is your internal load balancer. So here is giving you the both options from internet to my VM and only between my VM. So I'm going with the only between my VMs. My traffic is from coming from the Palo Alto device or any firewall to my internal load balancer, and from here it's going to the web application servers. So first of all, I need to put the name of the load balancer is a internal st no, it never accept the names in the caps letter. So internal https lb. Reason is the same because we are creating this for the North Virginia region. So it's the East US 4 network dot BPC, which I have created only one BPC over here, but inside this BPC we have four subnets. So then go to the backend, create a backend service. The backend service we can put any name, backend HTTPS. In the backend service, we need to add the servers in which we need to load balance the traffic. So is a HTTP or HTTPS? Is a HTTPS. Put it, select this as it is, an instance group. We have created two instance groups. So first one, select the port is a secure 443, and once you have added the backend service, just done, and add another backend service which is your instance group 2 and for the port 443. So here you have added the both servers as a instance group for the backend. Now choose the health check, which we have created the HTTPS health check. So what is the use of health check is whenever the traffic is coming from the mm, any firewall device or from the internet, health check is always check the both instance group or the backend services are healthy or not. Is always show you once you create the load balancer. It's all health check is responsible to show you that the both instance are up and running. So it's created over here. So our backend service is created. Now going for the routing rules. So suppose I want to run the service is like Gmail is google.com slash slash this is our URL which we want to configure on the load balancer. So how we can create it? First we need to select the backend service, then add a host path rule and put the default website here, and then for example is a services in is a complete path with the star. Just put star and add the backend service. Path has to start with this one. Sorry. Okay, and next, if you want to add for any default things like this, google.com, for all default pages, it should be slash forward slash and start and add the backend service. This is the routing rules which we need to add, and then front end configuration. So make the name with the front end HTTPS. Protocol should be HTTPS. Subnetwork prod subnet 1 is a prod subnet 1 is under the prod VPC, and internet IP we can make is a reserve or static, or we also can take the ephemeral. Ephemeral means every time you restart your service or server, the IP address would be changed automatically. So is a ephemeral port 443, and then it's a certificate. So create a new certificate. Here is a public key certificate, certificate chain, and private key. So all three kinds of certificate you required here. So this will provided by the application team. You need to request the application team just provide all three certificates in PEM format. PEM. PEM, and there are .cer formats. While we generate the certificate, we have some options to create the certificate. So there we need to generate the certificate in PEM format, or if uh, we have a certificate in other format, just we can use the certificate converter, and through that we can convert the certificate into the PEM format. And after that we need to copy and paste it over here. If not, then uh, go with the certificate. Google type of certificate you can add, but without adding the certificate we cannot proceed it. Okay, and once the certificate is added, you can add and create the HTTPS load balancer. So thanks for watching, and in next session we'll cover the STCP and UDP load balancer.